Sometimes it's really hard to know what voices in our head we should trust and what voices we need to silence. So, if you are a woman facing midlife transition, reinvention, change, this video is for you. There are two things that really help me get into my intuition, into my alignment, into really listening to that good part of me, the right part of me. The first thing is to really get out into nature. Nature is the way that everything falls into place for me. I learned it. I think that because I grew up in the country, I grew up in the woods, that I had this amazing opportunity to connect with nature at a very early age on a daily basis. And that's carried me through even to now, where I try to get out into nature, even if it's a walk in town along the river, whatever it is, I try to do it every day. And what this does, frequency wise, is that it slows down our minds. We disconnect from our phones, and nature, we are nature. So we are reconnecting with our truth when we are out in nature. And you think of the air that we're breathing when we're out in nature, and the birds that are chirping and the insects that are probably being crushed beneath our feet, but everything has a purpose, and we are part of that purpose. And I think it's really, especially for women, because we are such givers, that when we're in nature, nature gives back to us. It relieves us of stress and the pressure. Like, if we know that we have an hour to go on a walk, that hour is giving back to us in a way that is so special and so important. And the other thing is that you can actually do while you're in nature, or you can do it anytime, is really taking those nice deep breaths and grounding yourself. If you can do it in nature, great. But why is this more important for women versus anybody else, especially women in your 40s, 50s, whatever? Because we're givers, and we are not good at receiving. And through grounding, through breath work, it's our opportunity to receive, because we sink into our truth. We sink into our heart space. When we're grounded, we're more allowing. And when we're more allowing, that's when the intuition comes in. That's when the spark comes in. That's when these $1 million ideas come in. And I know that it's so important, and it's the last thing that we have on our to-do list is to take care of ourselves, but nobody is going to come along and take care of us. That's the truth. And because nobody is going to come along and take care of us, and because we are the caretakers of the world, basically, we have to identify and learn ways to take care of ourselves. We have this assumption that somebody's going to come by and see our strength or see our struggle and want to help us. And maybe you're lucky enough and that has happened, but the real healing, the real strength, the real way to find our purpose is by healing ourselves and not being reliant on anybody else for that journey. Because if we are reliant on somebody else for that, we're relying on somebody that probably hasn't healed, definitely hasn't had the life process that we've had, and doesn't have the same life goals. We are all here as individuals living a life for ourselves. And for me, I know my purpose is to heal. And in this process of healing is to help others heal. And if somebody comes in and I'm expecting them to heal me, but their purpose is to create something else, the vibrations just don't match. They don't mix. So what you do is you learn to heal yourself. And by healing yourself, you're going to be attracting people into your life that have also done the work. And that's the beauty of it, because we are magnetic, and I do believe in law of attraction. So if we are actively healing ourselves, you will be so amazed at the people that come into your life completely randomly that are doing the exact same thing. It's magical. So back to what I was talking about before. So you want to ground yourself into the earth. So you go for walks, you can ground yourself. And when you're grounded and when you've released the tension from your neck and your shoulders, and you can actually feel the energy release, and you take that nice deep breath. And from that place of groundedness, from that place of centeredness, that's when you can ask your guidance system for help. You can ask your guidance system for anything that you want, but it's really helpful when you are in this earthly plane, because we are here and we are here on this earth. So by asking for help from this place of groundedness, I believe that's where the answers come from. So here's an example. Let's say you are trying to manifest a new job that's going to create more money, that's going to create more independence for you. And something happens at work and you're triggered and you're like, God, I just freaking wish I could get a new job like today. And why isn't it here yet? And this is what I want. And da 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 da. I deserve it. Your ego just kind of goes nuts. But what happens when you go out in nature or you go for a walk and you stick your feet in the grass and you take some nice deep breaths and you say, I am ready for this new thing to happen. And please, can you guide me in that process? And the energy is completely different. That is a healing energy, right? That's oh my gosh, I'm going to be okay right now. But if you could please help me through this process, help me heal, help guide me, I would be super grateful. And then you just you can put your hands on your heart and you can seal it and bring it in and just close your eyes for a minute and feel the goodness of your heart. And you'll be surprised at the messages that come through. You'll be surprised at the people that you meet and the opportunities that come, because opportunities will come. But if you are too busy, too wrapped up in the old story, you might not hear it. And we have to give ourselves space and time to hear what our intuition and our guidance system is telling us. That's the only way to heal. So I hope this helps, and I hope you know that you're not alone on your journey, because I'm here for you. And please like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to hear your story. Thank you.